Hi class, I want to welcome you to Math 119 and I want to show you how to navigate around the D2L page to find groups. So when you log into D2L, you're going to come to this landing page and it's going to be the announcements. So on the announcements, you're going to see, like for example, I put the first announcement on what to do this first week, and every Monday I will be putting out an announcement on what needs to be completed. And so it's very important that you check D2L probably daily to see any announcements or anything so that you don't miss anything. I also want to point out at the very top of our page, you're going to see some tabs. And all of those tabs do dates. So underneath the content, if you click content, this is where you're going to find information about the class. So, for example, here you'll find our schedule, and I'm going to pull up our schedule so that we can look at it. So if you click this down arrow here, you're going to find a download button so that you can download your own copy. And I would suggest downloading it because you can have some formatting issues if you don't download and you just try to pull it up here. So this is what our schedule looks like. And it's the plan on what we're going to do in class when we meet. And then you have some yellow highlighted areas. And in those areas, those are items that are due. So, and those are due using our homework platform, which is called My Lab Math. So, and if you scroll through, in the blue, that is when we will have our exams. The exams will be during class time, and you'll have the full time in class to complete those exams. Now, if I scroll down, you're going to see when we have the campus is closed for Thanksgiving, and also you'll see the final exam. So that is our schedule, and I would suggest that you print this out and keep it near you so that you have where your workspace is, so that you know what we're going to cover and what is due. Also, I like to point out that sometimes we might not finish a section, but we will try to finish it that week. So yes, I have 2 to 3 sections every week, and we'll try to get everything done in that week. So sometimes we'll carry it on till the next day. Now, you should take a look and read these sections in the MyLab Math before you come to class so that you can be prepared with any questions you may have. Let's take a look. Let's go back to D12. And the next link here is called MyLab Math. So what you will need to do is to click on course materials. When you click on course materials, it's going to ask you to launch the courseware. So you're going to launch the courseware. There's also a link here for reading the book. And you're going to assign it. This class is first day inclusive access. And so you saw an announcement about that. First day inclusive access means that on the first day of class, you have access to the book. You're not charged for the book for 2 weeks. And this is the way you want to get access to the book. It's the least expensive way. And you shouldn't opt out unless you have access to this book from a prior semester. So once you launch the courseware, you're going to come to the MyLab Math, and this is what it looks like. So you have a calendar here that, and it will show you the due dates of when things are due. And it will tell you like these items are due September 21st, and you can also skip ahead. Let me see if I can change this to a month view. And you can, yep, I can change it to a month view, and then I can see that I have upcoming assignments that are due. So when I click on one, I will have all the questions listed, and I can redo these. I have unlimited attempts on homework and quizzes. Homework, a score of 70% or higher will get you full credit. The quiz, whatever you score, is going to be your score. But you have unlimited attempts until the due date. So when you click on a question, you can work on that question. And I'm gonna make up a random number. I don't know if this is correct. And then you hit check answer, and then it will tell you whether it's right or wrong. It gives you immediate feedback. You also have this help me solve it. You have an example and get more help. So immediately it tells you whether you have it right or wrong. Now, also, I can hit the save button, and you can hit yes, and you can come back and you can see, oh, I did these questions, and I can resume working in the homework. So you don't have to do all the homework all at once. You could do half of it and come back and do the other half in another time. Going back to D12, you're going to see the orientation quiz. This is after you review the syllabus, the schedule. That is where you're going to answer those questions. You'll take the orientation quiz. The formula sheet is a formula sheet that you are going to have access to all semester. You'll have that formula sheet for exams, the final exam. It's the same formula sheet for the whole semester, so you can download a copy and print it out and use it on homework, so you're used to using it. PowerPoints are PowerPoints that accompany the book, so you can read through the book and you can flip through the PowerPoints. We don't use these in class, but you can use them for extra help and extra material. Study guides are what we're going to use in class. So you have the study guides here, and you're going to see all of them listed. And then so it's under content, and then study guides. So there are, you have the one document. I'll print these out. You'll have them in class. If you miss class, there's a completed version for you. There are some videos of common problems that I have answered questions for in each chapter, so you'll see some of those. And then each chapter, each section has the documents for the sections, those study guides. And if we scroll down further, you do have practice problems. Now, practice problems are a great way to study. It's a great way to test yourself for the exam. You have a blank one here, and then you have the solution key. We don't always go through all of these. We might touch on a couple of them during class, but you have the key that shows the solution to every problem. This is a great way. This is where questions that you will see on the exam come from. And then you have one for each chapter, these practice questions. And then here's a link for my office hours, the times that you can meet with me. But if none of those times work for you, then you can just email me. We'll set up a time that's usually convenient for both of us. If you click on grades, this is where you're going to view your grade. Assessments is if we have to submit anything, you're going to see an assignment there. Right now in the quizzes folder is the orientation quiz. Communication, that's the announcement. Course progress is to see what you've completed so far. So you can see what you visited, when you visited it, and so that you can kind of check how much you've completed of the class. So that is kind of a quick rundown of D2L. Also, I want to point out that when you go to the main page, if you hit select concourse, this is where you'll view the syllabus. And we'll go through the syllabus in class, but this is where you can check everything that you'll need to know about the class is listed here. You also want to point out some important things. This is what your grade is based on. This is after you add up all the points you've earned and divide them by the total, you get a percentage, and that translates to your numeric grade. If we do close for a college emergency, weather issue, or campus power outage, this class switches to an asynchronous course where you're going to have material that's posted, and you will watch the video and do the work that we would have done in class that day. If there was an exam that day, the exam would be the next class meeting. It will be rescheduled. When we scroll down all the way to the bottom, now all this stuff is important, so you want to read through it. But when we get to the bottom, you have some important dates through the semester and any tech problems you have. You can find information about it here. And then at the very bottom, you have the schedule for the course, the same schedule that you can print out. So that is a rundown of our class, and that is a good navigation of D2L and the MyLab map. So if you have any questions, please let me know.